Courtney Uncooked, and this is my dear friend, Christine Latito. I'm so happy to see her today. It's been way too long, Christine. Let's don't do that again.
No.
And I love Christine because she is just such a unique friend. She always mails me cards in the mail with checks to my favorite charity, which is one of them is Stand Up for Kids. And just with a beautiful note that says, Courtney, I love you. Thanks for all you do for everyone and for me. And you're just a great person. And she just really builds me up. And people like Christine are rare, beautiful gems. And when you find one, you know, you really cherish it, and they're very hard to come by. So I'm just really, really blessed to be friends with you. And I really appreciate, you know, always just your loyalty and your support. And I'm a big Christine fan. I'm like the president of your fan club. So I'm glad to have you here today. And, you know, this is a crazy time. And you and I have been talking. And you know, the key to today is really, you know, a famous yogic saying that I learned in Yogaville, Virginia: adapt, adjust, and accommodate. And if you can do those three things today, you're going to make it.
You'll get through this.
Yeah. And so Christine works at Chesapeake Bay Distillery, which is right around the corner from my house. And Christine and her company are a beautiful, shining example of adapting, adjusting, and accommodating during this time.
We did adapt. We did a 180 from producing spirits to producing hand sanitizer and some surface disinfectant. The demand has been overwhelming, and for a small business, it's been a little challenging, but we've found some distribution channels for it, and we're just hoping to do our part to help the community.
And what advice would you give a person trying to get through today? Like, what's something that we can all do to make our lives just a little bit easier?
Well, it doesn't come easy for me, but I'm trying to be more patient and empathetic and realize that everyone is handling this very differently. So we really have to be patient with each other.
That's beautiful. That's perfect. One thing, patience. I mean, anytime, how can we not have more patience?
Now especially.
So, yeah, I really like that. So this salad, I had to adapt, adjust, and accommodate because I invented this right when they did the stay-at-home order, and I was scared, and I'm sad to say that I lost my faith for a minute. I was really just filled with fear, and I was scared to even go to the grocery store. So all I had was some lettuce from my garden, and you know, I called my next door neighbor and said, hey, do you have any tomatoes I can borrow or anything for a salad? And she said, well, I've got carrots and onions. And I was thinking, oh, that's what you got? It just wasn't what I was in the mood for, but it was delicious. So this salad has only carrots and onions, and it's fabulous. And carrots and onions are great for you. Carrots are full of beta carotene, and they help you see better. And who doesn't need to see better today? It's like we're all waking up and seeing more clearly today, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And then some onions, which are anti-inflammatory, and they're so good for you. And speaking of onions, how did the onion propose to the other onion, Christine?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
With an onion ring.
Oh, well done. Well
All right,
done.
so we're gonna get started. So I like to just, you know, take the lettuce from my garden, rinse it off really good. Even if it's organic, it doesn't matter to me. I rinse everything off and soak it if I can, and then just spin it dry in my handy dandy salad spinner. And you want me to lettuce you?
Please.
Okay, all right, I'll just give you some lettuce. And then I like to just break it up in pieces sometimes on my bowl and add some carrots. Now you can just chop the carrots up and have them be nice and crunchy. I love the taste of carrots sometimes, but not the crunch. So I actually like to, and yeah, you can show the carrots. I like to just shave my carrots with a peeler, so I've got that taste, and it's not crunchy. Yes, please carrot me as well. Yes. And then, you know, we just have the onions on the top, and the onions are great. They're so anti-inflammatory. They lower your cholesterol. I mean, onions are a wonderful thing to eat, as well as carrots. And then I'm gonna get started on the first dressing. So, you know, I made this from what I had on hand as well. And at first, you know, I didn't care. I thought it was the end of the world. So I put in 1/4 cup of olive oil in my dressing. Yes. I try to use as little oil as possible. And folks always say, well, isn't it good to have some oil? Absolutely. The oil that's in avocado, the oil that's in an olive when you eat it in its natural state, not oil that's been processed, and pulled out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like you want to eat your oils in the foods and not necessarily drink them. So as far as processed oils like this, you do want to very, very much limit them. But at that time, I didn't care. So I've got a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm not sure what makes an olive an extra virgin, but somehow we found it, and here it is.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah. And then we're going to take the zest from 1 lemon and 1 lime, and also the juice from 1 lemon and 1 lime, and we're just going to put this right in a jar and save a step and just shake it up when we're done. And so we've got the juice from 1 lime and 1 lemon. And just a little trick, I don't know, I'm sure you do know this because you're an amazing cook yourself.
Wow.
If you just kind of rub your lemon down,
Yes.
you get more juice out of it when you're ready.
All citrus.
And then, you know, to zest, you just always want to bring your zester down and up, down, up.
You don't lose any that way, right?
Yes.
Even just smelling it when you're zesting
I know.
is awesome.
This is like the freshest thing. So then you're going to put your salt and pepper, whatever kind of salt you have, garlic salt, sea salt, Celtic salt, doesn't matter, whatever you have on hand. And then pepper, could be fresh cracked pepper, white pepper. Just going to put that right in there. Put the top on, mix it up. That is it. So I lived off this for about a week. And then I started feeling heavy and I said, all right, I'm going to get off the oil now. And then I just made a little dressing without any oil at all. And I'm going to let you put that together.
Right.
And that's going to start with 1/4 of a cup of vinegar, not vinegar.
The white wine?
White wine vinegar,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you adapted.
I did.
And that's
And then some maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Yep.
And the Bragg's aminos.
Yes. And 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt.
Now, do you trust me to do the dashes?
I do. So I
Okay.
do two big dashes of cayenne pepper in this, and I love that. If you don't like cayenne pepper, just do a dash or half a dash, but you got to put some in there to give it that oomph.
Especially with apple cider vinegar.
There you go.
Yep,
There you go. And this still isn't heavy. I mean, this is still pretty light.
But it's nice to have options.
Yes. So we're
Especially
going to try
during
this.
this
We're going
time.
to put a little of this on the left and a little of that on the right. But I
Okay.
got to say, now when I'm making salads, I'll put this little bit will go over a huge salad if you do it all at one time and mix it together.
Right.
So I would recommend that, but today we're just going to make it on these little plates. All right, so we'll start here to the left.
But this is great to make sure it's mixed thoroughly and to be portable. So,
All right.
we're cooperating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a
good.
big one.
Yeah, I lived off that.
But it's so fresh. You can live on this.
And you know, that's another thing that's great about this time too, is we're relying on each other more. Instead of just getting in my car and driving to the store, I called my neighbor. My neighbor comforted me. My neighbor gave me the ingredients to make this and some love and a virtual hug. I could hear it in her voice. And that's, you know, one of the best things about this time is that we're all coming together. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Making a quarantine salad with my girl Christine. In a time when people aren't even supposed to convene, I had to borrow the ingredients from my neighbor, but the onions and the carrots were really a savior. The dressing I whipped up from what I had on hand, so I was really surprised when it tasted so grand. No, you don't need a stove or an oven to cook, just a blended dehydrator and Courtney Uncooked.